pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
Oh, yeah, and speaking of those Pilot TVs, we just sent out a bunch of shiny new Pilot TVs to a bunch of new locations, and these are the locations that just got them installed. We got Somewhere Else, Brandon Municipal Liquor, the Foundry Pub, the Bar Hastings, the Tavern of Starbuck, KG's Refuge, Old Log Cabin, Road Trips Bar, Mapleton Muni, Windmill Bar, Friendly Buffalo, Tootsie's, Trails Grill, Scoops Pub and Grill, Muddy Cow Coon Rapids, Chanticleer Pizza Coon Rapids, Bricks Pub and Grub, American Legion Chaska, Happy Hour Inn, The Corner, Howling Dog Pub, Andy's Bar and Grill, Oldenburg Brewing Company, as well as Lindsay's Barbecue and Grill. Congratulations to all those locations getting those shiny new Pilot TVs. Wish you guys a little bit of extra luck on all this game day bingo action we have ahead of us today.
Definitely awesome stuff there for those locations. And we had some awesome jackpots go out over this weekend. We've given out 26 jackpots over the last 7 days and 68 jackpots during the season 13, 14 of which went out this weekend, which was definitely some fun stuff.
Oh, yeah, starting off on that Friday, we had Jerboom over at Beer Stoop in Grove Heights taking home $712. We also had Darcy over at The Well taking home $726. Continuing on with that Friday, we had the Bauer Boys over at Anchorage Inn taking home $820. And finishing off that Friday was Gwen over at Friends Bar and Restaurant taking home $639. Good job to all our winners on that Friday.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there. I know you said Gwen from Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man. But what I instantly thought of was Iron Man's Gwen as the actress's name.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Is Gwyneth Paltrow, and
Yes.
so it got me mixed up with her as what's her real name what's her fictional name in
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts, that's what it
Yes.
is. So I got Gwen Paltrow mixed up with them, and I was like Gwen. Oh, Gwen.
Yeah. Definitely some awesome stuff. We do have Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park, big-time player, taking home that $12.60 must-go prize. Good job to you, Loser Dave, as that minor jackpot's going to be clicking up in monetary amount, as well as 54 balls or less to take home on this next game.
Oh, yeah, but we got to keep on talking about jackpots, as we had a nice jackpot go on Saturday to Grandma over at Eagles Austin, taking home $6,310, close to the largest jackpot of the weekend, but just not quite there. Also on Saturday, we had over at VFW Dilworth taking home $648. We also had Britt B over at Claremont Pub taking home $856. And the final jackpot to go out on that Saturday ended up going out to Roger over at Jerry's Bar and Restaurant taking home $657.
Oh, yeah, good job to all those winners on that Saturday. But on to our Sunday, we started off with KDD over at Riverside in Holly, taking home the largest jackpot of the weekend with $7,528. Good job to you, KDD. Next up on that Sunday was Grandma TT over at Sundance Golf Banquet Bowl, taking home $749. We also had Wingnut over at Little Dandy, taking home $769, as well as Rock's Gym over at Eagles Elk River, taking home $608. But that final jackpot on that weekend and that Sunday went out to New O, playing over at Beef O'Brady's of Monticello, taking home $1,536. Good job to you, New O, and all of our jackpot winners on that weekend.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there for those winners, and definitely some nice cash prizes going out. But if you guys want to take some cash prizes outside of our live bingo, we have a great ETAP game called Phone Tag. You guys can win big in the Gossip bonus, watch the credits roll in the Call Around the World bonus, and see if you can take home a lot of cash. As the more they talk, the more cash you'll be taking home. Definitely some awesome stuff there. But you guys just have about 1 minute to get enrolled in this next game. 54 balls or less for that minor prize. Now available to be win. Already over $200 in this one. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled and press and play.
Oh, yeah, but if you guys ever want to stay in the know about everything Pilot Games, go check out our Facebook page. And while you're there, go give us a like and follow so you can stay in the know. You just have to search up Pilot Games and you'll see our logo. That way you'll be able to see those weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. While you guys are there, you can click on our website link to see our Facebook, to see our link tree. That has links to bar locations, the rest of our social media, and so much more.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff on that Facebook page, so definitely go give it a like and follow. But if you guys want a quick little review of what we're going to be doing for our live bingo schedule, here it is. We're going to be playing lots of game day bingo today, running from 12 all the way till 1. We'll be playing this game, and then we'll play one game of Lucky 4 bingo to end off that quick stint of game day bingo, as there's 7 $71,000 available there. Then you'll have some more game day bingo opportunities run from 1 all the way till 4 o'clock, where if any of those prizes don't go out during this 12 to 1 time, they'll be grown and rolling on over to that 1 to 4 time. And if they don't go out there either, they'll be grown and rolling over to our happy hour. Before you get into the game day bingo games of that happy hour, you have to play one game of Lucky 4 bingo right at 4 p.m. That'll lead you into more of those game day bingo games that run from 4 all the way till 6. Hopefully we can give out some nice prizes that have built up there as well during that happy hour. At the end of the happy hour, you'll play a 6 p.m. opportunity of Lucky 4 bingo. Well, you have that final opportunity at $71,000 if it didn't go out in the first 2. So definitely some awesome stuff there.
Oh yeah, but after all that awesome game day bingo action and all that great Lucky 4 bingo action, running from 6 all the way till 10 o'clock tonight, you guys will be getting into those Skull Bingo $1 cards. During those times, you guys will be going after a line prize, starting off the day at $956. You can always take home in 10 balls or less. A large frame prize of $17,677. You could take home in 43 balls or less. And that coverall prize at $40,092. You can always take that home in 50 balls or less. So make sure you guys are coming out tonight for that 6 to 10 times of Skull Bingo, as tomorrow and the next day, those times will be a little interrupted by our great specialty nights, the first of which is our MegaSota game night. That starts off for you guys at 6:40 like it does every single Tuesday, with Tony and Nikki taking the helm, leading you guys through a ton of PGL action, all the way until their grand finale of Jackpot Jungle, where in 54 balls or less, you guys can take home a whopping $4,564. But not to worry, if you guys happen to miss that night and still want to earn some awesome PGL points, you guys can swing on out for the next night, where it's going to be the Wild Wednesday. That goes on from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday, with me and Ian in the ice studio taking you guys through a ton of PGL action, all the way up until our grand finale, which happens to be 2 games of game day bingo, in case you guys are missing it during those 7 to 9 times.
Yeah, definitely awesome stuff on those specialty nights, so make sure you guys are coming out to earn those PGL points as well as cash prizes. We have moved past all of our jackpots in this game and working on a $16.60 must-go, as we got BBB over at the Lincoln Depot, taking home that $16.60 must-go prize, maybe the Big Baller brand.
I was thinking that, but I was thinking of a procedure.
Oh,
no, that's a different one. Nope,
yeah,
nope.
Yeah, I think
Close.
you're getting it mixed up.
Yeah,
but
one of those others.
BBB, all I know of is the Ball Brothers brand. I think that's called the Big Baller brand.
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah, and their logo is BBB.
I saw that house that they have.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who's the dad? I always forget his name.
No,
Lorenzo's the son, right?
No, you got LaMelo.
Yep.
You got Leangelo, as well as Lonzo.
Lonzo. Okay, yeah.
Yes. Those are the 3 brothers, and then LeVar Ball is
LeVar's
the
dad. Yeah.
Yes.
Their property is crazy.
Yeah, they've made a lot of money off of them being decent basketball players. And,
decent basketball players.
And it's been pretty awesome to see. I mean, they all turned out to be like okay, but they definitely have made a lot more money just due to their fame of being high school and everything basketball. Now LaMelo's a good player, and Lonzo's a great role player on a team, and so them two are both decent players in the NBA right now. But it's definitely interesting how they've made so much money off of their names and stuff like that.
They even had the show for a while, like the Ball family. Yeah. That was something I saw my mom watching that one time. I was like, Mom, do you know any of these people? She's like, no, but they're there.
It's interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, if you're into reality TV, it definitely probably scratched an inch, especially if you're a sports fan as well and like reality TV.
Oh, yeah.
We do have 1 minute to get enrolled in this game number 3 of Game Day Bingo. We got that minor prize of $233 you could take home in 56 balls or less. Definitely a great opportunity at that minor prize. Not to forget about the major prize of $5,565 you can take home in 53 balls or less, as well as that mega of $31,403 you can take home in 48 balls or less. But yeah, definitely interesting how that all worked out. I'm pretty sure the Big Baller brand got all disbanded at one point because one of the head people were like stealing money from the whole organization that they trusted. And so then they ended up like all the kids left the brand at one point and like stopped wearing the shoes and everything like that.
I completely forgot that they had sportswear too.
Yeah, they had a whole whole shoe that was like super expensive that people bought, and like slides and different sweatshirts and T-shirts that a bunch of people were wearing, and so it was definitely interesting. It was super expensive too, and so they were making a good penny off of it. So it was definitely a good business move for them.
It was definitely having like a family business like that would definitely help out.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool how it all worked out for them, and now that we're able to get 2 of his sons into the NBA. So
Clearly was doing some proper training.
Yeah, there was something right about it.
I remember when one of them first made it to the league, and people were like, "Oh, this just isn't what we expected at all." And
Yes,
they were a little like let down. And I was just like, you're gonna see that he's playing on a completely different competitive level.
Yeah, exactly. And not everybody like ends up being stars in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very successful career to just be a role player in the NBA.
Exactly.
As you make millions of dollars, and you
definitely less detrimental on your body as well.
Yeah, probably you're not playing as many minutes. It's definitely not the worst outcome of your life to just be a role player in the NBA. Now LaMelo Ball, he's a star in the NBA, and so one of the kids ended up being a star, another one being a role player, and the other one, I think he's in and out of the G League and stuff like that. Yeah. And so he's still playing a little bit of pro basketball, so still fantastic at the game.
Oh, yeah,
and
still a way to make some good cash, too.
And he's got a big social media following that he'll always have, which definitely is huge in the day and age of just having so many, having the social media following's huge.
That's like the largest part of like building a brand or anything for yourself is having that social media aspect.
Especially nowadays. And so he's already got that set up for himself. So even once he leaves basketball, he'll have like a forever opportunity to just stay
relevant.
Yeah, relevant, making good money at least.
Oh, yeah, definitely some awesome stuff. Congratulations to the Ball family, I guess.
BBB getting the win in our last game, getting us all on that talk, taking home $16. But if we miss out on all of our jackpots in this one, we have a $20.30 must-go prize, so a little bit better than the last game. 7 balls away for a bunch of you players as we try to see if it can end up going out. We do have some great national days to get into while you guys are getting after it. Before we get into it, though, I would like to announce the winner in this game as we are coming real close to the end portion of this one. Final opportunity for the minor prize as we're clicking past it. Now working on the $20.30 must-go prize as we got Beth, BBB, Mad Dog, one of our big-time players, as well as Loser Dave, another big-time player out there playing. We'll see who ends up taking home a nice must-go in this game right here.
Oh, yeah, definitely some great stuff. Hopefully we can hand it out here soon. Definitely. And there we go. We got Oki as well as Jen Jen. Oki over at VFW Spring Lake Park and Jen Jen over at Hoover's Pub. They're going to be splitting up that $20.30 must-go prize. Good job to both those players as that minor jackpot's going to be clicking up as to 58 balls or less for this next game.
Yeah, should be some great stuff as we get into our national days. The first one, a huge one, National Religious Freedom Day. Each year, National Religious Freedom Day commemorates the day that Virginia statute for religious freedom was signed on January 16th, 1786. Each year by President proclamation, January 16th is declared Religious Freedom Day.
Honestly, only 10 years from when the Declaration got signed. That's not too far.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. I mean, having religious freedom is one of the bases of this country, and
the forming of it.
Huge that we were able to, be able to implement it, and it's awesome that we can have so many different cultures, so many different people welcome to celebrate their religion here in America.
Oh yeah, it's definitely great, especially around like this. We just got done with a bunch of holidays. No matter what your religion is, December is just a massive month for national for holidays and stuff like that. So definitely a good time to talk about the religious freedom and just express whatever religion you happen to follow.
Yeah, being able to celebrate it and have fun. It's definitely awesome that we can have a day like this to celebrate religious freedoms and being able to choose however you choose to be religious or be non-religious.
Exactly. So make sure you guys are out there celebrating accordingly, and definitely some awesome stuff with National Religious Freedom Day. Next up, though, we have National Without a Scalpel Day. That sounds fun. Each year on National Without a Scalpel Day on January 16th recognizes the opportunities to treat diseases without a scalpel. On this day in 1964, pioneering physician Charles Dotter performed the first angioplasty. The groundbreaking procedure to open a blocked blood vessel took place in Portland, Oregon. Not only did the angioplasty allow the patient to avoid leg amputation surgery, but she left the hospital days after with only a Band-Aid.
Wow, what an absolutely amazing medical discovery to be able
Yeah.
to do that kind of thing. It's awesome how much just every single decade, every single year that we advance as medicine advances, and just being able to make things that maybe used to be life-changing procedures or just very little things became huge things due to how
Yeah.
they had to be able to treat them. And now we're able to treat a lot of those things without destroying a person's lifestyle.
Which is crazy when you think about it, because like there was even at one point the guy who like not invented but like found hand washing. He was like ostracized in the medical community because they all thought he was wrong.
Which is crazy. And
Which is
now
like the
it's-
most basic thing. It's like,
Oh,
yeah, everyone
yeah.
needs to wash their hands, and they didn't even know. Like before, it was just like doctors that were like helping mothers like give birth and stuff. They weren't like washing their hands or anything.
Yeah,
first.
which is absolutely insane to think about.
Yeah.
And so
It's just crazy the medical advances we've made in like such like little like sorts of time.
Yeah.
Like think about it, 1964. That was not that long ago.
no, it really wasn't. It just keeps on advancing so quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, that really isn't that long ago of being able to where they would have had to completely amputate a leg beforehand and instead just leaves with a Band-Aid 4 days later, able
Which
to
is-
walk out the hospital.
That is a walk out of the hospital, which is the craziest thing. She didn't have to get like wheeled out, nothing. Was able to just leave.
With just a
just great.
Band-Aid. With just a Band-Aid.
That is a-
Absolutely awesome
that's a
stuff.
goal.
Happy National Without a Scalpel Day. Definitely awesome that we just continue to advance and make it so that medical treatment is a lot more easier for so many people. Next up is a great one, National Fig Newton Day. National Fig Newton Day on January 16th annually recognizes a tasty pastry enjoyed across the country.
It really is enjoyed across the country. I don't know too many. There's a couple people I know that aren't too fond of Fig Newtons, but I don't trust those people. Fig Newtons are amazing. They have so many great flavors.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the apple ones. Those hit.
Oh, they are so good. I don't know which one would be my favorite. I really enjoy the grape one. I think those ones are super tasty.
They
'cause it's
remind me
kind
of a
like-
PB&J.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
That's why I definitely enjoyed the strawberry ones. Were so tasty as well as it was again very close to the PB&J type of style
You know,
again.
now I'm thinking.
So those are my two favorites. Apple is definitely a close third for me as I
It is.
love the PB&J style.
It is. And I just had my first thought of dipping either the strawberry or the grape one in a little bit of peanut butter.
Would probably be so tasty.
That would be so good. I don't know how I've never looked at it and thought about that. Just using the PB&J analogy, I was like, it's already got the bread, it's got the grape, all it needs is the peanut butter.
It really does. We do have Swanson's over at our place on 3rd, taking home a nice Musco prize of $21.10 in this game number 5.
Ooh.
Game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. We're now getting enrolled into a game number 5 with that minor prize clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less. Make sure you guys are getting enrolled and press and play as it's going to be a pretty sizable minor prize as it gets to 60 balls or less. But we were talking about Fig Newtons, and obviously the Newtons brand is by far the best one.
It is.
Absolutely tasty. I remember getting these as in little lunch packets and stuff like
They
that
were
as a
top
child,
tier.
and I would always get so excited. I remember
such a
me
simple
being a huge
treat.
fan of it, but I don't remember if my siblings were a huge fan of it as well.
Oh,
The only person I question is my littlest brother, Gabe. I'm not 100% sure
know,
if he enjoyed Fig Newtons.
I could see, just knowing him as his aura and his persona, Gabe seems like a Fig Newton hater.
Yeah,
Not actually.
Ben,
but-
were you a Fig Newton? Did you like Fig Newtons? Because he randomly would not like things. Like, he didn't like Tostino's pizzas for a really long time. And that was just due to a bad experience with Tostino's that he then
Understandable.
correlated with the pizza.
Gordon cannot eat anything as like a form of sausage.
Oh,
in which
just
he
because
wouldn't
he's had a
even eat-
weird experience.
Yeah, which like once I talked him into it because he wouldn't eat salami because he knows it comes in like the log.
Yes.
And then like even as a lunch meat, and then I was like, Gordon, you like pepperoni? It comes the same way. It's just a cured meat. And
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'll give it a try.
I'll give it a try. And he liked it?
Yeah, just because like he had a bad experience with hot dogs.
Oh,
as a
okay.
kid.
Yeah, that makes sense. That just happens sometimes.
Oh,
So, yeah,
yeah.
Ben, I would like to know if you liked Fig Newtons or not, because I was
That's
definitely
important.
a huge fan of them. They were super tasty stuff. So, definitely an awesome day to celebrate the great little pastry, Fig Newtons.
Yeah, created 132 years ago.
Really? That
Yeah.
is absolutely sweet.
Yeah, 1891
Was
that
when
is
they
ridiculous.
were created. Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there.
Yeah, they
And-
really stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Are fig Newtons good for you?
They are also fairly healthy. Figs are well known to have fiber, which helps with digestion, as well as protein and several vitamins and minerals. This means they are quite a few health benefits of fig bars, like fig Newtons.
Which I always like. I've never really. I've not too often have I had a fig on its own.
Yes.
And I always like forget like that. It's called a fig Newton.
Yeah.
I always forget that fig's in it.
For sure. And it's technically called a cookie.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did not expect that. I didn't know what I would expect it to be, but it's technically a cookie.
I guess I would have considered it like a bar.
That's what I would have expected it to, but I don't know
Like
what
a
a
mini
bar.
bar.
What does a bar? Does a bar have a pastry like? Because this is a pastry, and so then it changes.
It's got to go into those two categories.
Yeah, it goes into like a lot more put in their categories, and I guess it's a cookie. It makes sense for it to be a cookie at least.
Oh yeah. And let's see. I guess let's see. Are figs like fig roll? Are fig Newtons like fig rolls? So are the most popular. So it's a variety of a fig roll.
Oh, okay.
Filled with fig paste, produced by an extrusive process to get their shape. Interesting.
Really cool stuff. Well, happy National Fig Newton Day. Ben, I would still like to know if you are a fan of Fig Newtons or not.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll move on to this next one, as this one, we don't have much to talk about on it. It's National Nothing Day. Each year on January 16th, people across the nation recognize National Nothing Day.
Oh, yeah, definitely some interesting stuff. Don't know what it's about, but honestly, if it's about doing nothing today, I am A-okay with that. Doing nothing is probably one of my favorite pastimes.
Well, let's find out a little bit more, as it is. Let's see. Even ever been caught up doing nothing and shamed into feeling lazier than the average person? Rest assured that might not happen on today, January 16th, National Nothing Day. National Nothing Day has been celebrated since 1973. Since the trappings and pomp of the holidays literally add up to nothing. Like its namesake, there is not a lot to tell. A mind teaser does occur to us, though. If you're doing nothing, aren't you doing something? With nothing as the thing you're doing.
Well, a very interesting brain teaser there. Not quite sure how to answer that one, but yeah, definitely a great day to celebrate. Exactly. Doing nothing today would definitely be a great day.
Yeah, it's kind of like how 0 is something, but is nothing.
Yeah, like 0 is a real number, but like it isn't.
But it doesn't exist.
It exists, but it's like it's the existence of nothing.
Yes, it's the numeric value of nothing, but it still is something.
Math is so complicated.
Yeah.
But you know what isn't? Winning jackpots. And speaking of that, we got a couple winners right here with Dad's Toys, as well as Bob. They're going to be splitting up that must-go prize of $19.30. Good job to both those players, as that minor jackpot's going to be clicking up to 62 balls or less on this next round, with that major and mega growing and rolling onto this next round as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you have nothing to do and you just want to do just like nothing, what is your pastime to do? Like, nothing productive. Because you're always doing something when you're doing nothing, but like it's something, I guess, more enjoyable than your regular like work.
Oh yeah, let's see. Doing nothing, going for walks is a big nothing thing for me.
Yes.
Just like with listening to music or anything like that.
Yeah, that's always super nice.
I like putting on like movies that I may have already seen.
Yeah,
and then watching them if it's a movie I enjoy, and then I'll put it on. It's like, oh, I haven't seen this in like 5 years.
Yeah, and you can kind of half watch it, half kind of just like sit there and relax and just like let yourself be. You don't have to think too deep about the movie or anything like that, trying to understand or grasp the plot as you already understand it already.
I know the twists that are going to happen.
And you can kind of just enjoy the movie and relax and not have to use your brain at all. I get that. That's definitely one of my favorite ways to do nothing. I'm trying to think of what else. Probably just like watching general TV is a fun way for me to just do nothing, as I just will sit down and relax. I'm trying to get into reading. That's something that I'm trying to get back into, doing nothing. I just started The Tattooist.
Okay.
Which is about the person who tattooed all the numbers on the people in Auschwitz, and is about that story.
heard the story. Like, I know it's out there, but I actually didn't know the name of the book. So that's actually thank you for that.
So I'm gonna, I'm reading that right now. I'm actually reading it with Jordy's grandpa, Bob, and he's reading at the same time, and so then we can kind of discuss the plot points and stuff like that. And so that's gonna be a lot of fun. But I mean, not a fun book to read, as it's gonna be a heart-wrenching one. But it's definitely something that is gotten me a little bit more interested in trying to read again.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love all those history books and all that. Definitely a good day to do nothing, sit there and read. And, yeah, it's definitely a good day to celebrate. Happy National Nothing Day.
Yeah.
Next up on our national days, we got International Hot and Spicy Food Day. Each year on January 16th, International Hot and Spicy Food Day celebrates all the delicious hot and spicy foods that are around the world.
Yeah, definitely an awesome one on today. What is your favorite not your favorite, your most ate hot and spicy food of all time?
Anything with chorizo in it.
Anything with chorizo?
Yep.
That's chorizo's your most eaten, not like spicy Cheetos.
I do like those a lot, but I feel like I definitely have as I've grown up, I've definitely had chorizo.
You switched to more chorizo, but if you asked yourself back in like 8th grade, it would be
Hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
They were so good.
Yes.
But yeah, hot and spicy foods are probably one of my favorite categories of food, and definitely a good one. I will say the spiciest thing I have eaten though is a Carolina Reaper.
Okay.
Which is a type of pepper. I'm pretty sure it's either slightly lower or higher than the ghost pepper.
Okay.
And as one of the hottest peppers in the world, and it was the worst experience of my life. I regret it wholly.
Okay, here is we got from a TripAdvisor website. We got the 10 spiciest foods around the world that you must try. We got the suicide chicken wings in America. If you love chicken wings spicy, there is a spicy food dish that is just right for you. It is not called suicide chicken wings for nothing, though this American appetizer dish is made from a marinade of chopped chilies, hot red chili sauce, peppers, and more of the red chili flakes. Needs any more explanation about the suicide mission. The mix of Korean, Mexican, and Chinese peppers is what the dish contains, and is no small wonder that it is rightly called a suicide if you are not used to to spices at this high level.
No, I'm good. I tried the blazing wings one time at B-Dubs, and that was a bad idea.
Definitely would be some crazy stuff to try.
Yeah, next up we have Cow over in Peru. This dish is from Peru, uses yellow chili peppers from the local area. It's a tripe stew with loads of yellow peppers thrown in when stewing. The traditional is of Creole and is generally served with rice. Before we talk more about that, we got Trace over at Howie's Corner Bar taking home that minor jackpot of $329, meaning that for this next round, we're going to be having a double must-go with that major and mega growing and rolling onto this next round. Good job to you, Trace, taking home that nice jackpot. But we were talking about Cow, which is from Peru, and it's also includes fine strips of tripe that are pre-cooked and then cooked together with potatoes. It's definitely an interesting one. It's got a lot of ginger and garlic with sprinkling of chopped herba buena or simple mint. It can be too spicy or hot for most people to handle, and be prepared for the super spicy hot stew served piping hot to add some heat to your spicy food.
Well, definitely some cool dishes and some cool explanations of those dishes, as they sound definitely some super spicy. If you guys want to do a little bit of extra research on these upcoming dishes as well, we won't do as deep of a dive on them, but they definitely seem tasty as well. As we got the Sichuan hot pot in China, we got the kimchi jigae from Korea, the spicy goneses curry vindaloo from India. We got the jerk chicken from Jamaica, the new pad prit from Thailand, the otak from Indonesia, as well as Singapore and Malaysia. It seems like all three of those have their own version. And the siksikwat from Ethiopia, and the spicy tuna rolls from
Bushido.
Definitely some interesting stuff there. But happy International Hot and Spicy Food Day. Next one is a huge one, as this is celebrated all over Martin Luther King Jr. Day. On the third Monday of January, Martin Luther King Jr. Day honors the American clergyman, activist, civil rights movement leader, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He is best known for his role in advancing civil rights using his nonviolent civil disobedience. King has become a national icon in the history of American progressivism.
Oh yeah, definitely a very important day to recognize Martin Luther King Jr., probably one of history's greatest Americans.
Oh yeah, definitely just an amazing use of civil rights and doing the nonviolent protests. Was able to create such an impact with those, and was a just huge contributor into the progression of America and getting it closer to how we want it to today.
Oh, yeah, definitely some awesome stuff. Make sure you guys are out there celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Definitely a very important day to celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely huge. As we are getting enrolled into this next game of Game Day Bingo, though, we're going to be talking about a little bit of Twins news, and not current Twins news, because we're going to be talking about Torii Hunter's Hall of Fame case, as he's kind of got an interesting Hall of Fame case. I know that Will is a huge Torii Hunter guy, not from his time with the Twins, but with his time with the Angels, and
the Detroit Tigers.
And as well as the Detroit Tigers, who he's had a very nice career. But where it gets interesting is that he has an excellent defender and mediocre hit. He was an excellent defender and mediocre hitter during his first half, and then a strong hitter yet a so-so defender in the second half. His evaluation for the Hall of Fame is compiling in the sense that it is a good litmus test for how voters weigh traditional counting stats and subjective awards for defense that don't always hold up to modern evaluation. Given the current public voting returns, it is unlikely Hunter's accomplishments will accumulate to a Hall of Fame bid. He is going to need a strong finish this year just to see his name on the 2024 ballot. Even if he does, the road to Cooperstown appears as if it is going to be an uphill slog. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely an interesting one, as he was, I mean, like they said, an amazing defender while he was over here with the Twins.
Yeah.
And really developed into it and became a great defender as well with the Angels for a while.
And he actually had he had both things really going on when he was playing with the Angels, though.
Yeah,
that was his, like, middle ground.
Yeah, he had a part where he was, an amazing defender and an amazing batter as well. And then as he got older, his defense started to come down, but he was still a super consistent batter and was a very, very good player. Outside of it, had that little bit of veteran, swag to him as he would, make those plays defensively that, you'd go, oh, that was a veteran play kind of deal.
And then, like, not only that, you just see, like, some of the plays he would go for as a defender later on in his career. When the Tigers were doing their going for like the playoff run, and he went right over the wall for that home run.
Yes,
he wasn't able to get it, but he went for it.
Yeah,
that's something in my book.
He just only has a few years of complete dominance. He dominated on the defender side. He dominated as the batter, but he only has a few years of dominating at both ends for multiple years. And so that's where he gets a little uffy. But counting stats-wise and awards-wise, he definitely looks really good. We do have some winners, though, as we got GM Johnny as well as Not Nate. GM Johnny over at Lyle's Liquor and Not Nate over at the Northern Tap House. They're splitting up $51.80 in this game number 7 of Game Day Bingo. Yeah, already game number 7. And now we're getting enrolled into a game number 8 with that minor prize clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. Not to mention also that major $5,662 you take home in 53 balls or less. Now, looking at all of these things, what do you think? Do you think that Torii Hunter is a guy that can be in the 2024 ballot, or he's going to be a guy that's going to have to make a long-term case and maybe make it into the Hall of Fame later on down the road?
I would love to see him make it into this 2024 ballot, and I think he definitely deserves it. I might be a little impartial due to the fact that I have 3 reasons to love Torii Hunter.
Yes, you are now a Twins fan, as he was a legend for the Twins. You are literally a fan of him while he was playing on the Angels and with the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah,
and so like there's a lot of reason for you wanting him.
I am a fan of the 3 teams he was known for playing with. Like it's kind of like I think he deserves it, and so I think I will hope that he's got a good chance. I just wish if there was anything up to public voting, I know that I'd be spamming it.
Yeah, I
if
think
there was a website.
I
if
think that
only.
he's one of those guys that he will make it in the Hall of Fame at some point.
Eventually.
But it's going to take a long, long haul.
It's gonna take a bit.
I'm just hoping that he's still around when he finally gets in. I always
He
feel bad
deserves.
for those players that they pass away and then they
kind
end
of
up,
make in humorously.
yes, get into the Hall of Fame, and I'm like, oh, but they don't know. They didn't see. Like, I would love for them to be able
almost
to
makes
get
you,
that
like,
kind of thing.
And every time I see it, I almost kind of like almost cry a little.
Yeah,
I'm like, dang, that's I'd love to see them actually be able to hold it up, be able to see them actually like, get to go to the ceremony
Exactly,
and all
because
that.
that's like
That's like one of the largest steps in your career is like after you've done all that, you've put your body on the line, you've done all the training,
Yeah.
you've done everything, and then you kind of finally get to see
Yeah,
that the public recognizes you as a
Well,
Hall of Famer.
yeah, it means that you're going to be remembered forever, which
Yeah.
is like one of those things that every athlete, wants to be able to do is leave their name engraved on the sport for forever.
Exactly.
And by getting into the Hall of Fame, you do so. And I think Torrey Hunter deserves his name at some point, and we're hoping sooner than later, maybe even in the 2024 ballot. So definitely start hyping up Torrey Hunter right now.
Please
and get
do.
his
I'm going to
name.
start making posts about it all the time. We just need that one TikToker to make that. This is why Torrey Hunter had that dog in him.
Yeah, exactly.
We just need that video soon.
Exactly. We do have balls dropping, though, in this game number 8 of Game Day Bingo. And you guys can play a little E-Tab action if you're not playing this Game Day Bingo. One of our favorite ones is called Twins Win. We teamed up with the Minnesota Twins to create this great E-Tab. And you guys can check out the Home Run Derby bonus round, where if you pick out the right batter, you'll be taking home some Grand Slam prizes.
Oh, yeah, but you guys are playing a little bit of Game Day Bingo right now, meaning you guys are taking home a bunch of great cash, and you guys are earning points for those Game Day Bingo standings. And these player standings have had a ton of switch-ups going in, and starting us off in 8th place, we got a 4-way tie between 8th, previously in 5th, Stephen B. over at Johan Sports Bar 2, 8th, previously in 9th, KRC over at Chanticleer Pizza Maple Grove, 8th, previously in 7th, DGG over at Sherwood Lounge, as well as holding on to 8th place, Bobo over at Corner Bar Goodhue. They're all tied with 10,000 points. Shortly ahead in 7th, previously in 5th, getting pushed back, it's Lucky over at Classic Bowl with 11,000 points. In a 3-way tie in 4th, previously unranked, we got Rocks Jim over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, as well as Jim Rocks over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. They tied it up with 4th brother Nate over at the Chart House. They all sit with 12,000 points. In 3rd place, we have 1308 over at Red Fox Tavern with 14,000 points. Shortly ahead in 2nd, we got Bull over at Corner Bar Goodhue with 15,000 points. And in a lead in 1st place, we got Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, currently with 18,000 points. Good job to all of our players in the top 10 of those Game Day Bingo standings.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there. We do have balls still dropping in this game right here. So before I get into the location side of those standings, we got a hopeful $14.30 must-go prize going out to one of these great players who are 2 balls away right now. We got GM Johnny, player Dr. Pirate. We'll see who ends up taking it home as
Dr. Pirate.
Yeah, I love Dr. Pirate.
Sounds like a Dr. Pepper like sub name.
We do have 2 Sip over at Titan Sports Saloon taking home that nice prize of $14.30. Good job 2 Sip in this great game of Game Day Bingo. We're now getting enrolled into a game number 9 of Game Day Bingo with that minor jackpot clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less. But yeah, Dr. Pirate, one of Curtis's favorite players to ever play.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, I'm definitely a huge fan of the name Dr. Pirate as well, as I've always been confused on if he's his last name is Pirate or he is a doctor on a pirate ship.
You know what? I have a question though. It's got to be pretty difficult because this man's got an eye patch and he's got to deal with the stethoscope. That would be a pain.
Oh yeah, no, never trust a pirate doctor.
No, not on any of the surgeries.
No,
because a little depth perception might be a little off.
Yeah, exactly. He's not celebrating no scalpel day.
No.
But, good job, Dr. Pirate, for making us laugh with that name. But also good job to 2 Sips winning that last game. We got 1 minute and 40 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 9, though. Minor prize, 56 balls or less. Should be some great stuff as you guys are earning points towards the Game Day Bingo standings. And I'm now going to get into the location side of those standings, as we have such a large 9th place tie that we can't even go over it. We're going to start with our 8th place location. Newcomer to the standings, as we got Chanticleer Pizza Maple Grove with 15,000 points. With 16,000 points in 7th place, we got Classic Bowl. Previously in 5th, now in 6th, we got Outtakes with 20,000 points. And with 21,000 points, moving up from 6th into 4th, we got American Legion Fridley, and they actually tied it up with already in 4th VFW Spring Lake Park. Both of them, like I said, 21,000 points. 3rd place is Corner Barn Goodhue with 25,000 points. 2nd place is the Chart House with 26,000 points. And really leading the charge is they have 3 of the top 5 players playing at this location. It is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 58,000 points. Awesome stuff to all those players, but we got some awesome E-Tab games we need to talk about.
Oh, yeah, and we have over 70 different charitable E-Tab games you guys can check out if you guys are ever feeling the need to switch things up from our live bingo. You guys can play these at any time, doing huge prizes up to $1,500. All these games have small bets between 50 cents and $5, as well as awesome bonus and free play rounds that you guys can check out as well. We're listening to a little bit of Cash Mountain right now, one of our favorite E-Tabs to listen to, as it's just got a great theme. You got a bunch of great characters in it as well.
Oh, for sure. Definitely some awesome stuff. But as you're climbing up that mountain, don't eat the yellow snow. We do have...
it was lemon lime.
It was lemon lime. That's exactly what I think about whenever I see the white Yeti in Cash Mountain. I think of the Yeti from Monsters, Inc.
That was one of my favorite scenes. It makes no sense in the movie.
Oh,
but
for
it was
sure.
one of my favorite scenes in all
I
of
absolutely
that,
love
in all of
it.
Disney.
It totally was, perfectly done. I absolutely love it.
I'm also pretty sure he's just like Sully's cousin. He's got to be.
Yeah, and who else wanted to ride around on the doors?
Oh, the doors. Except for the fact that, like, in the intro
Yeah.
To Monsters, Inc., where it's playing, like, the yeah, I was scared of that, like, the intro with all the snakes coming out of the doors.
Really?
And stuff. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It just
that's
was
funny.
weird to me.
That's definitely one that, like, it definitely made me feel uncomfortable. So I get what you're talking about. I was definitely not scared by it, but it definitely made me uncomfortable.
But the music is so good.
It is. I love Monsters, Inc., one of those classic animated films
to watch
from our childhood. But we do have a little music history to talk about from today. And in 1964, the musical Hello, Dolly opens on Broadway, starring Carol Channing in the title role. The show is a huge hit, and a recording of the title song by Louis Armstrong goes to #1 in May, knocking the Beatles out of the top spot.
Dang. Good job, Louis Armstrong. Definitely some great stuff.
I love Louis Armstrong. What an amazing voice.
Oh, definitely. And just a great musician as well.
Yeah, for sure. You don't hear a lot of music like that anymore.
No, you really don't.
And I definitely wish I could hear some more artists. Maybe they're just underground and I got to go look for them a little bit heavier, and they're just not, boosted to the top of the charts.
Like you just don't, nowadays you just don't see any, you don't just have, a great voice that just comes out.
Oh,
and you're just like, wow, that is crazy.
No, it's all about creating the trendy pop hit, kind of thing.
I think one of the last, great voices that we've seen just come out of nowhere was definitely, Adele.
Yeah, that was the last one that I could think of that I was, just absolutely wowed by the, ability to sing.
Yeah, just, the fact that you can almost, hear the emotions in the voice.
Yes.
It's just crazy. We just haven't had a great one since.
Yeah, no, I really hope this, hear some more of that. But Louis Armstrong, definitely an awesome one on today, and it's not a tough task to knock the Beatles out of one of their top spots, and they were able to do so with him singing the title song of Hello, Dolly.
Oh, yeah. Before we get into our next day in music history, we got a couple winners with Mad Dog over at Lincoln Depot, as well as Okie over at VFW Spring Lake Park. They're going to be splitting up that $13 must-go prize, meaning that minor, major, and mega are going to be growing and rolling onto this next round, with that minor clicking up to 58 balls or less to take home. But we were talking about music history, and in 1992, Eric Clapton records Eric Clapton Unplugged for MTV. The album wins 6 Grammy Awards, including Record of the Year.
Yeah, awesome stuff. I mean, definitely one of those just really cool albums to be able to hear Eric Clapton a little bit more clearly, as it contained a lot of great hits. Hey Hey, Walkin' Blues, Layla, San Francisco Bay Blues, Malted Milk, Nobody Knows You When You're Down, Sign, Running on Faith, Old Love, Lonely Stranger, Rollin' and Tumblin', Alberta, Before You Accuse Me, and Tears in Heaven.
Oh, yeah, definitely a great thing. I love all those MTV Unplugged. They're so good. We've gotten so many great albums from them as well. It's just been awesome. Definitely one of my favorite of, the albums that you can get.
Yeah, I love Unplugged just in general, and so, like,
Yeah.
that's always great. Yeah, it was nominated for 9 Grammy Awards at the 35th Annual Grammy Awards in 1993 and won 6, including Record of the Year, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Performance by a Male Artist, and Best Rock Vocal Performance by a Male Artist, and Best Rock Song.
I'm going to guess Best Rock Song went to Layla. But yeah, anyways, but that's awesome though. Eric Clapton, one of my favorite artists out there.
Yeah, definitely awesome to see him, and just another success by him in 1992, releasing Eric Clapton Unplugged for MTV. But if you guys want to make your name known on this broadcast, sign up at PGL.world and become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information in it.
Oh, yeah, not only that, when you guys get signed up at PGL.world, you get put on our new member spotlight, where we give you guys a little bit of extra luck and see if we can't jumpstart you guys on those PGL standings. Those players that just got signed up are Jen, Matt, and Scooter, Beat N 21, Rock On, Tyler 11, Jenny Bear, Doc, JRL, Emma Pie, Dustball 75, as well as Beats. Congratulations to all those players getting signed up at the PGL. Hopefully, we can see you guys get on those elusive PGL standings here soon.
Oh, yeah, and there definitely is a fun PGL standings, and I can't wait to see the shakeups tomorrow. Right now, sitting through this weekend in 10th place, we got Forget You D over at Bobby Joe's with 127,000 points. With 128,000 points, we have 9th place Wet Santa over at Duffy's Bar and Grill. 8th place is Mr. Wolf over the Super Bowl with 128,000 points. With 128,000 points in 7th place, we got Joski over at VFW Awantana. 6th place is Hez over the Doghouse Maplewood with 130,000 points. With 131,000 points in 5th place, we got Nixon over at VFW Roseville. 4th place is Dugout over at VFW Spring Lake Park with 135,000 points. With 143,000 points in 3rd place, we got Sherbert over at the Clubhouse at Edinburgh. 2nd place is Big Pimpin' over at the Alibi Gilbert with 165,000 points. And with 169,000 points in 1st place, we got PCK 913 over at Ernie's on Gull Lake.
Oh, yeah, good job to all those players in the top 10 of those standings. But onto the locations they're supporting. We got a bunch of
We don't need to talk about previous just because that hasn't been shaken up since Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. In 10th place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park with 410,000 points. 9th place is Frosty's Bar and Grill in Pierre's with 417,000 points. In 8th place, we got Leo's Sports Bar in Mazeppa, currently with 426,000 points. 7th place, we got Eagles Awatana with 427,000 points. With 472,000 points in 6th, we have Flintstones Lounge in Clearwater. That sounds like a fun place to be. In 5th place, we got Municipal Liquor Store in Brandon with 520,000 points. With 570,000 points in 4th, we got the Alibi at Gilbert. In 3rd place, previously in 1st, we got Eagles Albert Lay with 743,000 points. With 774,000 points in 2nd, we got White Bear Bar in White Bear Lake. And in 1st place, holding on to that lead, we got Beer Stoops Hastings, currently with 798,000 points. Good job to all of our locations in the top 10 of those standings. Hopefully, we'll be seeing people get closer to that 1 million point club here soon.
Oh, yes, but we do have a winner in this game. We got Bucko over at the Green Lantern, taking home the nice $18.10 Musco prize. Good job, Bucko, in this great game of Game Day Bingo. We are now going to be getting rolled into a game number 11 of Game Day Bingo, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled and press and play. That minor prize, clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less. Should be some fun stuff in this game number 11, as we only have 2 more opportunities with you guys to give out these prizes. We do have a little bit of wild news, as they have ended on a win. They're now 24, 14, and 4 on the season. But some bigger news for us, Matt Boldy is getting a healthy raise and will be in Minnesota, in a Minnesota Wild uniform for a long time. The team announced Monday morning that Boldy has agreed to a 7-year, $49 million contract extension. Without the deal, Boldy was set to become a restricted free agent this summer.
Wow, that is crazy. Glad to see us sign him
Yeah.
before he could become that free agent.
Yeah, he's a huge part of this team. He's young, he's talented. I thought it would be ridiculous for us to let him go, and so he's going to be making some really good money on on that contract. And it's definitely just great to see a one of those guys who have really committed to the Minnesota Wild be able to stay here for a really long time.
Oh, yeah, definitely very embarrassing. But just a second ago, I will admit to this, I had to look up what 49 divided by 7 was. I wanted to see how much he was making per year, and I had completely forgotten. 7 times 7 is 49.
Right.
One of the basic multiplication tables that we learned in like 2nd or 3rd grade.
Yes.
But yeah, he's making $7 million a year. Good for Matt Boldy. Glad to see him get signed and staying in that uniform for a long
very
time.
deserving of that contract. We can check in with our Wild's last game as our Wild had a great win in their last matchup as they ended up taking home a nice win against the Islanders. Well, actually, no, it was against the Coyotes in their last game as they took on the Coyotes Saturday, January 14th. We won that game 2-1 in that one. As let's see who ended up scoring that goal for us. We had Fedor Gaudreau score 1 goal, as well as Mats Zuccarello scoring that other goal there. Definitely some awesome stuff for our Minnesota Wild.
Oh, yeah, great stuff. And they even had just won a game against the Islanders. Definitely some great stuff with Marc-Andre Fleury actually having 28 saves with 1 goal scored on him. So good job, 1 out of 28.
Yeah, definitely awesome. Yeah, 27 saves on 28 shots on goal.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely awesome stuff to see there from Marc-Andre Fleury and what we expect out of him. Tomorrow, our Wild will be taking on the Capitals at 6 p.m. Should be a fun one as we are going to be at the Capitals.
Ooh.
And so a nice away game. Hopefully we can get a win and continue on our nice little stretch of games we've had.
Oh, yeah, and if you guys want to continue to support their Wild, as you guys know, we've teamed up with them for the ETAB game, Let's Go Wild. You guys can play that today at your favorite Minnesota bar, as it's the only place where you guys can find officially licensed Wild ETAB games.
Yeah, definitely some fun stuff there. And if you guys are having fun taking home great prizes this week, hopefully you guys send in a player picture of it. Whether you guys are taking home a great jackpot, maybe you're just playing, having a good time with your friends, your favorite bartender, just playing a little bit of Pilot games. We'd love to see a little photo of it. You could send those pictures in by direct messaging us on Facebook, by posting them onto any of your social media with the hashtag Pilot Games, or you can email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com as well. All of them great opportunities for us to be able to receive those player pictures.
Oh, yeah, definitely some awesome stuff. We love getting those sent in. But as you guys are getting after these great jackpots, we got a little bit of Vikings news for you guys. The Vikings ended off their regular season 13-4. And just recently over the weekend, they had their first postseason game. And Jones passed for 301 yards and 2 touchdowns and ran for 78 yards in his first career playoff game for the Giants in a 31-24 wild card victory round victory on Sunday that gave the Vikings their first loss in 12 one-score games this season. In the entire game, I was like, wow. I can't wait to see the Vikings come back from this.
I know, we had seen so many comebacks. I was like, it's going to happen. We're going to come back. We're going to make this work. We're going to end up scoring. We're going to do it. And it just wouldn't work out each and every time, and ended up losing that game. Not the way we wanted to see it happen, as I was very confident in that game heading up against the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a tough game, and I think that both teams are very well equipped to be able to face the other one, and we just ended up on the losing side of a very, very close matchup. But it means it's off-season time now. Time to start those off-season gradings, trying to scout out who we're going to be drafting in this upcoming draft. And it should be some really, really good stuff.
I'm excited for draft day.
Yeah, I'm excited for the off-season, as I want to see how this team can fully come together. If we can have one more good off-season, I really think we can go from being, a really good record team that got booted early on in the playoffs to a championship contender team.
Oh, yeah, very exciting stuff. We got ZZZZZ over at Beer Stube Inver Grove Heights taking home that Musco prize of $25.80. Good job to you, Quadruple Z, as that minor, major, and mega are going to be growing and rolling onto this final game of Game Day Bingo.
Yeah, definitely should be a fun minor jackpot. 62 balls or less, $125 available there in just 2 minutes to get enrolled in this final game with me and Will being here for you guys. But even after this, even after jackpots go out, you guys will be getting into more game day bingo after this, running from 1 all the way till 4. You'll just have to wait through one game of Lucky 4 bingo to do so. But talking a little bit more about our Minnesota Vikings, we do still have the All-Star game to look forward to, as we'll be able to see Justin Jefferson, as he was he was one of only 2 players to become a unanimous All-Pro this season.
Which is understandable. That was my first thought when I was like, oh, yeah, All-Stars. Who's going to get voted in? Justin Jefferson. Who else are you going to think of, like, right off the bat? Came in this season, just –
him and Travis Kelce were the 2 players that were the unanimous All-Pro, AP All-Pro selections.
For this year?
Which is All-Pro is a bigger accomplishment than making the
All-Star.
The All-Star game. Yeah. And so he was AP All-Pro because even players who make the Super Bowl go to the All-Pro team, but not the All-Star game. Is that?
Yeah, because you don't want that contending with Super Bowl chances.
I'm excited to see the All-Star game this year, as I think it's supposed to go no pads this year, and it might be a flag football game.
That would be fun.
And so I'm very, very interested to see how that all works out.
That's going to be an interesting turn because, I guess, using an All-Star game, like having it be like a more like fun event. Those are always, I like watching those because, like, that's where you usually see, like, the middle of, like, like the halftime game will be, like, the mascot.
And you can see a little bit more passion in it, as, like, nobody can hit anymore in those All-Star games. Nobody wants to injure each other in them, and so you don't really get a real version of football. And so might as well just switch it over to 7-on-7 and make it even more, make it more intense.
Because, like, I don't want to see, I don't want to kind of see someone who has already finished off their season with their team, then go and, like, play in an All-Star game and just have, like, a,
then affect the next season.
Yeah,
where you're like,
that'd be crazy.
You can't play the next season because you tore your ACL or something like that. You never want to see that happen.
Oh, no.
So I'm excited to see how they end up doing this All-Star game this year.
Oh, yeah.
But you guys we're just 5 seconds before we are in this next game. Let's see if there's any kind of celebrity birthdays I would like to highlight. You got one?
Oh, I do. I got 2. They're like right next to each other.
Okay.
Starting it off, we got born in 1948, John Carpenter, American film director known for being one of the greatest horror directors of all time, known for Halloween as well as The Thing. And yeah, definitely some awesome stuff. The Thing, one of the horror movies that we still don't technically know the ending to.
Ah, that's awesome stuff. Was this the other one you wanted to talk about, or the one above
there
them?
was a skip and then the next one.
Oh, okay. So who else did you want to highlight? Because I don't really know who else I want to highlight.
Oh yeah, next up, born in 1980, we got Albert Pujols, Dominican baseball first baseman, was the NL MVP in 2005, 2008, 2009, and 4th in history to 700 home runs, played with the St. Louis Cardinals, and just reached that record last season for his final season, and even played with the Angels for a good bit. Definitely some awesome stuff.
Awesome. Happy birthday, Albert Pujols. Definitely a cool one there. Our Timberwolves are just coming off of a victory as Anthony Edwards scored 26 points to give them a huge boost of 110 to 102 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Naz Reid had 17 of Minnesota's 56 points off the bench, and Jalen Noel had 16 points, and Luka Garza added in 9 for the shorthanded Wolves. We do have a game today happening for the Timberwolves against the Jazz at 3:30. Will be an interesting matchup as they were the big team that we traded with for Rudy Gobert.
Oh yeah, definitely some interesting stuff. But as you guys are going after these jackpots on this final game, we got some movies released today in history. And in 2009, one of the greatest movies of all time, we have Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yeah, definitely a fun one. It definitely
made me want to carry hot sauce on me at all times.
It got me obsessed with the headbutt.
Yeah, I think that's where Adrian got it from because, like...
and you're like, nobody wins with a headbutt.
Nobody wins with a headbutt.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I've seen people win with a headbutt.
It's definitely awesome stuff. Also on today in 2009, Hotel of Dogs. Definitely a classic old one. And then in 2015, a little bit more emotional, a little bit more serious, we got Foxcatcher.
Oh, yeah, definitely some awesome stuff. But there we go, right on the money. We got Trace over at Howie's Corner Bar taking home that minor jackpot of $153. Good job to you, Trace, as that Major, Mega, and Musco are going to be growing and rolling onto these 1 to 4 times of game day bingo.
Yeah, you got to wait for one game of Lucky 4. Should have $71,000 available here. But as you guys are getting rolled, I got a player spotlight for you, and that's Katie over at Riverside Inn in Holly, who took home $7,528. And over at the Riverside Inn in Holly, they were supporting the Holly's Firemen's Relief Association Triple Crown. And the Firemen's Relief Association exists primarily to provide a support system for the firefighters. Absolutely awesome stuff there. And just a little reminder as you guys get enrolled in this next game that whenever you play pilot games, your community wins.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's the bonus! Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello. This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
Oh yeah,
I love winning on the pilot games. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
30,000, 20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite. I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite. I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's the bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite. I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson!
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, for good luck or whatever. And
everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.